Hey guys, I'm Ash.
And I'm Pete.
We're two friends with a combo of 7 kids ranging from toddlers to 20s and 2 crazy husbands.
Our paths were not easy. With childhood battle wounds, divorce, second marriages and all, we somehow found each other. And together we talk real life, laugh, cry, and figure out how to survive the day.
Music is by Dust Bowl Champion. To hear Dust Bowl Champion's newest hits, search Dust Bowl Champion on Spotify. Hey guys, it's Ash and Pete.
Hey, we're here.
We are here.
We're alive. We're well, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. We are sorry that we did not
have an episode last
week. We didn't post about
and
it.
if you didn't know that, then you need to be a better fan of the show. You should have realized that.
So things have just been crazy. Priscilla, her work, she puts on a couple massive events for she doesn't work for the city, but it's everyone comes out to it. They're huge.
Yeah.
So you've been
only a couple 100,000.
Yeah, just
a small amount.
Yeah.
It's really just life has been so crazy. It just got, and it's, this next week, it's
yeah,
it's about to be crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be even worse.
But life happens.
It does. The good news is I was crazy at work last week.
Yeah.
But at least, if anything does happen, I'll be able to post.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay. So our social media pages, we try to split it. Usually I'm more of the poster on it.
For sure.
But you've posted things too, when we need fill-ins and whatever. So I was like, well, we should post something about us not having an episode. And Ashley took the lead on that for a minute.
We have a draft saved.
We have a draft that never went out. But you know what? That's serious life. What are you going to do? Sometimes you just cannot juggle all of the balls.
Yeah.
Sometimes something's got to give. And last week it was unfortunately the podcast.
Yes. So sorry about that.
Yeah.
So we're not posting anything on social media. The reason Priscilla typically does the majority of it is that I'm really bad at it. So when I attempted to do this one, I
think you don't give yourself enough credit, but we might have to murder my husband right now.
That might be what this episode's about. They're doing it on purpose.
I seriously, I don't know why they think that they're so funny.
They're not
I'm
funny.
going to be explicit right now. He's so fucking annoying. When someone just is what the fuck is your problem?
Yes.
That is him. And I don't know why he likes to push my buttons because I'm not going to be nice to him.
No.
You're not funny.
No.
I'm going to fucking be mean to you.
Yeah. I know. They're ridiculous.
And you know what? There's a story behind the song, but I can't even tell it right now. OMG.
Is he messaging you?
Okay. I have so many stories to talk about right now.
Okay. Let's hear them.
First, we're going to take a quick break because I'm going to go scream at my husband.
He's going to play it on repeat for you.
I'm going to go scream at him. If nobody call the cops if they hear me screaming at my husband. Hey guys, we're back.
Yep.
Oh, we just took a quick little break. We're still here. Anyway, I don't even remember what I was saying. I think I was complaining about people being so rude. It's just whatever. It is what it is. One of those things.
No, you were talking about your husband.
Oh yeah, my annoying husband. Super annoying. Love him. Super annoying. He was a great wedding date this weekend. We had a wedding this weekend out of town. He was not a great planner of the trip.
Trip preparation.
No. On that side. I will say he did. I think he knew I was like at my wit's end. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, like, I have to do all this paperwork to volunteer at the new school.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Which is fine to do paperwork, but I also needed a live scan, a TB test.
Oh, did you go get your
I had to do, yeah. Oh, good. Which, like, by the time you're done paying for everything just to volunteer, it's another $100.
Yeah.
And you have to do it every 2 years. I'm like, great. This is freaking awesome. Yeah. I'm spending $100 just to volunteer.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah. Do we pay for live scan when? I
don't remember paying. And I don't think, and if we did it, I don't remember it being like $60. I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a while. Oh yeah. But it's like all this stuff, and I'm trying to like run around when I really don't have the time to.
Yeah.
And I signed up for, they're having their festival, mm-hmm. The first weekend of October. So I had to sign up for those shifts, and like we have to volunteer.
Right. Yeah. You guys have to give hours.
So yeah. So I'm like getting all that done, signing up for that. I had a few doctor's appointments in there, follow-ups. There's like, I had to get my car in the shop and had to make that appointment because they were supposed to call and schedule it. They never called. I just have all these things. I'm trying to find new doctors for half of my family. It's just, there's all this, like, I feel like busy work.
Yeah.
Busy work.
Yeah.
And so it's been whatever, just kind of one of those weeks where you're like, oh my gosh. But we got to go out of town for the wedding. Gorgeous.
Was a good date.
He was a good date.
So beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful wedding. Beautiful venue. I'll say this. So the groom is my husband's cousin. Maybe second, third.
Oh, maybe third.
Maybe third cousin. He's younger than us. He's, they're a young couple. But his mom and dad are like athletes. Like they do triathlons, cycling.
Oh, your people.
They are. I love them. I love them. But I mean, his mom looked stunning.
Oh, I want to see.
Oh my gosh. And I mean, she just like, when she walked down, it was like everyone starts whistling and they're like, oh. And it's not even like because she would ever ask for that attention or need it, like, oh, maybe she needs a confident booster. Right. I don't think so. But it was just like, wow.
Yeah.
And I told her, I was like, like you are #goals, right? Like for reals. Like I don't have a son to walk down the aisle, with or whatever. But dang, if I can look like that, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have to like, for me, I'm thinking, well, I have daughters, so I'll have to like.
A guy will walk you into the wedding.
Well, I know, but like, I don't want to, like, that's not about me. You know what I mean? And not that it was about her, but it was just like, she just was stunning. I mean, the bride is
she pushed that kid out of her.
True. Don't get me wrong. The bride was beautiful and her dress was amazing and her train was amazing and she looked absolutely gorgeous. But when you stare at, you're not thinking that you're going to get that reaction from a mom of the bride or the groom, right?
Right.
I mean, she walked down and I'm like, oh, hot mama.
Yeah.
She looks fantastic. And I've always thought she looked great. She just was all dolled up,
Yeah.
I just was like, wow.
That's awesome.
I want to look like that.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to look at my husband and go, do you see? I still got it.
See, and that's the thing too, is that the reaction is probably because it's like, dang, she's his mom and look at her,
Yeah.
I'm sure that's part of it.
Just stunning. She was stunning. Yeah, I'll have to show you. Her dress was amazing. She's got a great little figure and stuff. She's a pretty lady. But it was a very pretty wedding. We had a great time. We actually went, and it was a family wedding, so we spent a lot of time with my in-laws.
Yeah.
I had to crack up because we were the only siblings in Tony's family to go, right? Like out of the kids, we were the only ones that were able to make it. Everyone else had crazy schedules. And so it's us and his parents and then 3 other people at our table. And we were quite a bit younger than our table. They were super sweet, super nice people.
You got to sit at the adults table.
We did. Kind of felt like kids sitting at the adults table. But I mean, here's the thing about that kind of stuff. It's like, first of all, we've been there, done that, and seating people is horrendous.
Yeah.
It's so stressful. And also hardly anyone sits at the table, right? Unless you're kind of there with your in-laws and you haven't seen them in a while. So then you're kind of like, oh, maybe we should stay here and sit with them.
Yeah. No, that's so funny.
But you had a wedding this weekend too.
I did. I sure did. A friend that I met through the parent-teacher club.
Do you not know how to meet friends any other way?
High school, work, and parent-teacher club.
I know.
That's all I got.
I know.
That's all I have, okay? I'm not good in any other situation, I guess. So, yeah. So I was unaware, but I was very disappointed with the venue, the way they handled things. They did not help. Like the morning of, we were in there setting stuff up, like for the tables, and they were supposed to have done that. And so they didn't do that. We're like running late to get ourselves done because we were in there.
The morning
of, yes. Okay. It was a morning wedding and it was...
What's a morning wedding?
So it was like 11:30.
Okay.
Was the wedding time.
Okay.
Like we found out that morning actually that they had originally booked the evening, but when they like came in to sign everything, they were like, oh, we don't have that available anymore. So they made them do the morning. Yes. So I'm like, okay, this place is far too expensive to be like that. No.
Wedding venues are very expensive.
Yes. And so I'm like, you guys need it. I mean, just on the fact that we were the ones setting things up in the morning when they said that they would be doing it. They also, while we're in there setting stuff up, they were showing the venue. Someone walked in to the reception area as we're setting things up and they're like showing it. It was like, okay, like awkward.
Yeah.
Weird. So I was very, very disappointed with the venue, but it was a lot of fun.
Luckily, it wasn't. You didn't have a whole lot of like it was a smaller size wedding, right? Yes. So you didn't have a whole lot to set up.
Yeah, no. But it was.
But that's very unprofessional, and like I think, and here's what I noticed about the venue that we went to. I mean, the whoever was their coordinators, and it seemed like it was one of those places, which is very typical. Like you have to use their people, right?
Yes.
Which is very, very common. But there was a lot of them. There was a lot of coordinators. Oh, so you had someone standing at the gifts and cards table the entire time.
Oh,
amazing.
Good. Yeah.
Especially because it was an open setting, like it was at a winery where it was open to the public still. They didn't close the winery for the wedding. So I noticed things like that. I mean, I'm noticing like all the little things.
The little details about
the DJ, the MC, I'm paying attention to all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But that's just terrible because I feel like that's their job is to to take that pressure off of the bride and groom. That's why they pay you
exactly
to have it there.
Exactly. That was why I was so frustrated. And there was not a coordinator to be found for probably the first hour we were there.
Oh no.
And so that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was like their original coordinator wasn't there. It was a different girl.
Oh, I would not even.
It was just like, okay, what? And it just, I mean.
And she's probably too sweet of a person to like.
No. And so that's why I told her brother, it was like, go find someone and tell them that the maid of honor is a real bitch and she's about to go crazy. Because it's ridiculous that we're still in here. We should have been in that room an hour ago.
Yeah.
Like, no. And so someone ended up coming in. She was like, oh my, you guys need to go get it. Go relax. Go to the room. We've got this. Well, we've got it now that we're like 70% done. No. It was so it was just like the way they handled things, I was not impressed with at all.
Yeah.
So, but we had fun. They had a great time. She was so emotional. It was a vow renewal. So, she was just very.
How long have they been married?
15 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 15. So. It was fun. And then we went out afterwards. So I obviously was drinking too much there. I didn't eat much. Bad combo.
For a morning wedding, then you still have the rest of the day. And what does one do after a morning wedding? Continue the party?
One goes to Tractor Supply and starts buying stuff for her new puppy.
Okay.
And then goes and picks up said puppy.
Okay.
And then goes home because I've sat and chatted for much longer than my husband had planned. And I'm rushed to get into a different outfit. I'm not going to go out in the bridesmaid's dress. We went downtown and went to, I don't know, what is that place? What is that?
It's like a club.
Yeah. Like not like a kid club. Like don't think I was out there like I was 20 or something.
No, it's not like, no, I mean, okay, maybe club isn't the right word. Like it's like a bar, right?
It's a bar and they have like live music and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like that. An older crowd, not your college kids kind of thing.
Right.
Drank way too much there. That was no good.
And how did you feel this morning?
This morning, I felt like I would have liked to have slept a lot longer.
Me too.
Maybe had made better decisions the night before. It was really fun.
Yeah.
But sometimes I get a little carried away.
No,
you know, the lack of food thing is not.
Oh yeah.
It's never a good
idea. Yeah.
Because then you know, I start getting tipsy way too early, and then I just think I should just drink and drink and drink. You know, right?
Yeah. Been there.
It was dumb.
We've all been there.
I know. And every time I do it, I'm like, oh my gosh, how dumb. I need to eat.
Yeah.
Still do it again. I don't learn my lesson. Your husband was telling your daughter earlier, it's okay if we make a mistake, as long as we don't keep making the same mistake. And I mean, I don't do it all the time, but I don't learn from my mistakes.
Alcohol, apparently. I think it's like children. You forget how painful it can be.
Yes.
It's like birthing your children.
Accurate. Sure.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. You seemed a little on the slower side today.
Oh my gosh. So bad. And I'm going to sound horrible. So then this morning I'm at church in my Sunday school class. And I was telling the kids.
Were you like Weekend at Bernie with your sunglasses on?
No, I didn't have an issue like that. It was just like, oh, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm just like dead. So I am like, the kids were getting them ready to go downstairs for like the big class part. And we always tell them, like, make sure if you need to use the restroom or get a drink, you have to do it now. You're not walking out mid-service. So get your drink and use the restroom if you have to on your way down. And so I like tell them that. And my friend that he serves with me, he's like, dang, grumpy. And I was like, what? Like, I don't know how it came off. I was just telling them, like, hey, you know, you're not going to, because it never fails. We get down there and someone wants to get up and use the restroom. It's like, no, we just told you it's not happening. Yeah. So I was just repeating, but apparently I seemed grumpy. So I was like, obviously I lost my mascara after the wedding. So maybe the fact that I had no eyelashes
that could be
was an issue.
Yeah.
Maybe my voice is a little funky today. I don't know.
Well, it's funny you brought up sleeping in, because we actually did sleep in. I don't think we woke up until 6:45. But
you're disgusting.
But hold on, we were exhausted. The wedding is 5 hours away. Plus we were in traffic. That was horrible. This is after a long week. This is after dropping our kids off, getting our dog situated, getting our house situated, getting down there, spending the evening out, you know, go. I think when we went back to when we got into our room, finally, the room wasn't ready when we got there. So we had to wait. So when we got into the room, it was shower and get ready. Oh, there was no downtime. I couldn't just like lay there. So, and my in-laws wanted to go to breakfast in the morning. And I'm like, okay. And originally they said, they're like, do you think we could leave by 8 for breakfast? And I'm like, 8 seems fine, you know, but as I was laying there, I was like, I finally don't have kids. Like, Mom, milk, Mom, TV, Mom, I want a cartoon, Mom, I want this, I want that. And I gotta get up. I gotta get up and I gotta get going.
I know. And you're not going to have another time anytime soon where you're not going to have the kids.
No.
You're like book solid and crazy as all get out. You should probably go get a massage.
You know, I would like to, but I don't want to have to wear a mask.
Go to my place.
It's like it makes me claustrophobic to think about having to wear a mask while someone's massaging me.
No, I could not.
And I don't know, like laying down.
You know what? I'll talk to my mom about that.
Yeah, let me know. But yeah, I get, it's like life happens. I think everyone is kind of in busy mode. Mm-hmm. A lot of people I know people have a lot of things going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
When my days start like early in the morning.
No, my days don't start like yours. But remember, you pile on.
I know.
I don't. I wouldn't be able to handle it, is the thing. I couldn't do it.
You probably could, but
no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I like to be able to just sit there. Like, I don't want to have something happening every minute of every day where I can't just like sit, like decompress. I need to be able to decompress.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there are a lot of days you can't.
Yeah.
You don't have that time.
No. And I think like with the kids being little right now, it's like just expected that life's going to be crazy.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I left for school. I left for work the other day and I took all the girls to their schools. And I'm like, okay, I just took, it's like 3 different schools, 3 kids, 3 different schools. They're all different. And granted, we hardly ever take Tristan to school because she can walk.
Right.
That's why we moved here. So she can walk. But every once in a while, I know she appreciates it. It's like a nice little treat and, you could take her or whatever. But, I know that eventually one day it's going to slow down. And like I told Tony this, I'm like, it's one of those things, like life is crazy and it's exhausting, but it's also full. And it's full. And it's also full, like, think about what life could be without that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what I would do with my time if I didn't have my kids.
I don't know, because it's hard to it's hard to put yourself back in that place.
Yeah. And I know there were times where I felt like I was busy, but I'm like, what the hell was I busy with?
I know. I don't think I felt busy before.
Well, hold on. I'll say this. I'm thinking before the 2 littles when I just had Tristan.
Oh.
However, I guess I did have Tristan in like tons of activities.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why. I don't remember. I mean, I don't think I was so young before I had kids,
Yeah.
I don't remember. There's no way I thought I was busy. I slept in, I'm sure. I was only worried about myself.
I slept in. I didn't work a 9-to-5 job or anything like that. So,
but even if you did, think about like you would have more time on your hands. But at the same time, I think like I would have more time, but my life is full, and it's also blessed because it's full.
Yeah. Yeah, you have. Even though there's a lot of things, there are like a lot of things right now that you have your hands in. Right?
Yeah.
But once the events are done, you're going to be able to look back and you're going to have those memories. So it was stressful up until then, and it happened and it's over, and now you get to look back and see like, oh, because of this you experienced this. Because of this you saw like your sister-in-law or future sister-in-law so like you got to see her like glowing and
I got to experience that. I got to have that. And even like now I think like part of my week too, it's like I was crazy and I was God, just sometimes being the older sister, I'm like involved in so many different parts. Mm-hmm. And I want to be there for my siblings, just like I want to be there for my friends. And I want to be there for my kids. I want to be there for my husband. And I want to be there everywhere.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I'm on overload. And I was kind of that way this last week or two. But at the same time, I'm like, but I want them to call me because I don't want them to not call me.
Right.
Because I want them to turn to me.
Right.
I want to be there for them.
Right.
And supportive and helpful and also kick their butts when they need their butts kicked,
Yeah.
And know what's going on with them. I don't want to not know what's going on in their lives and feel like, oh, I don't know. They think they're fine and they're not or whatever.
Right.
For sure. So it's one of those things, it's just at the time, everything sometimes just happens all at once. And you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, that is what's happening because you just have a lot.
And once I get through this work portion, my work is a lot. And I got to tell you, it's like we are living in some crazy times right now in the workforce. Like workforce in general, I feel is just insane. Pretty much most people know with jobs right now, it's like can't find enough workers.
Right.
And if you're a small business, probably can't even afford to have enough workers because
you are closed
and it's just so freaking expensive. We live in a state where it is a lot of money to employ, people. Yeah. And then you think about like our shortage on supplies and getting containers off boats and things like that. It's like our docks, and there's so many it's just crazy times right now that adds that extra load to work and people and life. But I just really, really hope that things start to normalize at some point. I don't know.
I hope so. It'd be nice.
COVID makes everything seem like, I feel like time is going fast, yet I feel like this year and a half has been like,
how are we still stuck
my gosh. Yeah. Am I like in some crazy time warp? I don't understand.
Yeah. I don't know.
So anyway, life happens.
It does.
We're here though.
But
we're here. We have a really good topic next week. I won't really go into any more of it except that you may be hearing 3 voices instead of 2.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you guys for bearing with us. Thank you for allowing us to just have life happen.
Yeah.
And we missed a week, but we're back, and I may be a little crazy this week, so Ash may have to do some of our posts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we'll get through it.
Yeah.
I got just
They'll be basic, so don't judge.
Stop. I should be good until like Wednesday, and then I might have like 1 marble left in my head to operate on. After that. But anyway, thank you guys. We hope you guys are hanging in there as much. We've gotten through a lot this year already.
Yeah. Be proud of yourself for what you've accomplished.
Absolutely. We're coming into the holidays soon. We're coming into cooler weather. God, wasn't the weather great today? I love it. And this morning it was kind of like I could almost put on a little sweater in the morning, and I loved that. At least where we were. It was so nice. I got to open my windows.
Yeah.
Like air out the house. I feel like I've had the air on and windows closed for like 3 or 4 months. So
what's happened, yeah.
Air out your windows.
Air out your house, open your windows.
There you go. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Windows to get the air. I'm just kidding. Medications kicked in a long time
ago. Anyway, guys, have a good week, and thanks for swapping with us. Segment music by Callie Grace. For more of Callie Grace's hits, follow Callie Grace on iTunes and Spotify today.